Okay, let's start this section off with moving your cursor to the first paragraph. Now what we want to do is we want to look at the code that just generates. So we're going to go into split mode by pressing the split button here. Now I want to go ahead and select this paragraph here, and either I can drag my mouse cursor there like this, or I can triple click real quickly on the paragraph and all of it is going to be selected. Now what I want to do is I want to make up a new CSS rule that will change the font size for all my paragraphs. So I'm going to come down here where it says new CSS rule. Here we have a new CSS rule, so I want to go ahead and edit it. From up here I want to go and select a new tag. Right, so notice that the P is selected here, right? For it's going to change all the paragraph markers to the new rule that we have in. Go ahead and select OK. So here is where we can change the definition of it. So let's go here and notice at the same time in the code section it put a new paragraph marker over here. So we're going to change the size of it. So we'll go to font size and I'm going to go to 18. Go ahead and apply that. And notice the font size changed immediately on all paragraph, not just one we were on. Because this is a CSS rule, cascading style sheet, it applies to all paragraphs. So wherever we see a P anywhere, we're going to change the font size to 18. Then let's go ahead and click OK on that one. Now let's go and see what happens if we change this font size from 18 to 14. Now once we do that, we'll need to click here to refresh the design view, and notice it changes to a smaller font size here. Now we're going to click inside the first paragraph again. Here we're going to change the color of all our paragraphs. So we'll come to our color selector again like we did for the other one, and we're going to look for a grayer font. Here's one that we want, pound 666. Right, so notice it's a little bit grayer than it was before. And let's go ahead and save this now. And notice a little asterisk up here is going away because we've saved this. Also notice in the paragraph marker, now the font size is 14 and it has the color change of what we put earlier, pound 666. Next we want to preview this page in a browser because different browsers render HTML code differently. So to do that, we'll go to File, we'll go Preview in Browser, and here it will show up all the browsers you have installed on that particular computer. And this one, all I have is Internet Explorer, so I'll go ahead and click on that. And now notice there we have our page inside Internet Explorer that we just created. And what you'd want to do is you want to check this with several different versions like Firefox and Google Chrome or Safari, and make sure it comes up and renders like you want. Okay, let's go ahead and close this window. Another way to view this is to click the Live View button. In Live View, notice this renders it a little bit different, and this acts like a browser. So over here we see what would be seen in a browser. So let's get out of Live View by clicking again. Now one thing you need to realize when you're in Live View, if you try and edit something, it will not allow you to edit. So I'm trying to click here in Live View to go ahead and edit, but it will not let me do that. To be able to edit things, you'll need to exit out of live view by clicking on the live button again. Now what we want to do is we want to add some hyperlinks to our page, and a hyperlink is a way to connect our documents together. It can connect documents on the same site together, or it can create documents on far-flung sites. So let's get out of split view for a moment, go back to design. I want to go down here and put into HTML view. Now what I want to do is I want to take this word products right here and create a hyperlink with it. Now in the link field down here, what I want to do is I want to link that over there, this word products, with the products HTML document listed over here in the local files for our system. So we can do this several ways. One is to come here and just type in products.html. And when I press tab, now notice that it changes this to a different color and also underlines it, indicating it's a hyperlink. Now if we look at that in code view, notice here we have an anchor reference. That's what the A represents, anchor hyperreference to products.html. This is a relative reference because notice it just starts with the file that I want to connect with this word here. And notice here we have the end of the anchor with the /A inside of our angular brackets. So this is one way to create a hyperlink. Let's go back to design view. Okay, so we provided the users a way to get to our products. Well, what happens if they open up products and they want to get back to the events? So let's double click on the products.html, and here we would list our products. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click to the right of produce, and I'm going to create a hyperlink here. This is another way to create a hyperlink. So I'm going to insert, click on hyperlink. Here for the text, I'm going to type in events. For the link, I can type in what I want, or I can come here and click on that folder, click on events, click OK. This is a lot less error prone by doing it this way. The target tells what type of window I'm going to open it in. Blank means it's going to create it in the blank one. New, parent, self means it creates it in this one. So they'll stay in the same window. He'll just change it back to the events.html page. Well, let's leave this blank for right now, and we'll click OK. So now notice I have an event here. Let's go ahead and put a space there. So this is the second way to add a hyperlink. If we look at the code here, notice we have another anchor reference. Notice here it has events.html as the document it's going to go to, and here's what we link. So everything between the opening of the anchor reference and the close of the anchor reference will become underlined and linked, as we can see here. So let's go ahead and save the file. And go ahead and save all of them.